Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome back to another stream with Red Deer. My name is Red Deer. This is my channel that belongs to me. Oh, I got them all mixed up. So, hello. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Singles Awareness Day. Everybody and their mother are streaming Valentine's Day streams everywhere you go all day. And I thought, oh, it would be a great idea to play this game. Well, I forgot I know how dark this game can get, but I forgot the exact level that it can get. So, viewer discretion is advised. This game is not suitable for children, those who are mentally children, or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. So, this might not actually be a good game to play on Valentine's Day because I think we're all feeling a little bit down, feeling a little depressed right now. That aside, if you are struggling with any mental illnesses, this game might not be the best to watch. But it's been out for a while now. You probably already know that. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. So I'm going to say no. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Yes. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh, it is so happy. Enable content warning. Look at how cute they are. How can anything bad ever happen in this game? Please enter your name. My name is Red. Let's get started. Oh, the new art tag, before I forget, is Deere art. Deere art. That is with an extra E. That is with an E in between Deere and art. It's right next to my shoulder here. It's pretty nice. I think it's really cool that I now get enough art that I need an art tag. That's really cool to me. That's really cool, really cool. All right, anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's save. Boom. All right, return. Hey, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Oh. Childhood friend. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. You'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Oh, okay, making her as a friend, you mean. Okay, alright, cool. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. No shit, Sherlock. But I caught you this time. Maybe. But only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Red. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Red, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's rude. That's very rude. I don't understand how anybody could act like this to another person. Even if that other person's very annoying, you still listen to what they have to say. You don't just like, yeah, whatever, just go away. It's like, that's rude. But I suppose they are teenagers. Very rambunctious. She'll grow up eventually, because she's still acting like a kid. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sayori likes to... I have to read it again. I feel like I misstepped somewhere when reading it out loud. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I never had anybody like this in my life. Somebody making sure I didn't become a NEET. That would have been awesome. That would have been really great if somebody cared enough about me to prevent me from becoming a NEET. I spent all my time just going to work, coming home, and playing video games. And now I stream as a fucking furry. I'm alone on Valentine's Day, but at least I've got some money to buy myself some chocolate. No, I don't have any chocolate for you guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. I could get some for you right now. Let me go to the store real quick. I'll be right back. How do you spell chocolate? Nope. Hold on, I'll figure it out. There we go. Chocolate. You know, in Japan, on Valentine's Day, the women give the men chocolate. But on White Day, that's when it's more like American Valentine's Day, where the men give the chocolate to the women. Or they go out to an expensive dinner or whatever. Is this actually transparent? Holy fuck. Sorry, it hasn't even been 24 minutes yet and I've already said fuck 3 times. 5 times. 5 times? 4. What am I doing? There we go. That's left 2. Choco. There we go. Alright, hold on. I got you guys some chocolates. Image, add source. gonna put Choco. Choco. And browse. Don't worry, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. You ever have that moment where you just did something but then you forgot where you put it? Ah, here it is. Ah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It says, oh, it's a transparent image. Look, it's transparent. And then it's not fucking transparent. Well, anyway, here you go, chat. Here are your chocolates. Wow, you ate the whole thing. You know, I wish you could have savored that, or at least given me a piece, because that chocolate was like $30 US. Whatever. Let's put that there. This here. There. All right, cool. See, boom, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day theme, woo! You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. I like Sayori already. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? You know, being carefree is an achievement in of itself. Like you see things as they are. And you don't get bogged in by the details. You don't think, what if this, what if that, what if things go wrong, what if things go right. You don't, it doesn't bother you that when you think, you know what, this is a thing I have to do. I will do my best. And then you do your best, and if it succeeds, you're like, hell yeah, I did it. But then if it doesn't succeed, you're like, well, I'll get it next time. I'll get it the next time around. Yeah, you let yourself be bothered by it a little, but it's not, it's not the end of the world. That's what a carefree existence is to me anyway. Just not bothered by very many things anymore. And I used to be like a bundle of nerves, so being carefree, it's nice. A free spirit, I will say. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Yeah. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Same. That's how I spend most of my days, too. Alright, if I keep stopping for these tangents and asides and failed attempts at quips, I will never get through this game. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Okay, I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Weeb. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Well, Sayori, I'm just hanging around. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, No what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, I swear to God, if your club is named something stupid, like Doki Doki Literature Club, I am leaving. I am not joining a club. I'm gonna be a deadbeat, and I'm gonna play my GameCube. Yeah. There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the God damn it, Sayori. God damn it all. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Alright, so this Red is alternate universe Red, where he was a boring piece of sandpaper. The real Red has a degree, a bachelor's degree in English fucking literature, and has taken courses in the master's level of English literature. I love the way literature is made, and I have a deep appreciation and possibly an advanced understanding of literature. So this Red in high school here, that's not me. His name, he's just alternate universe Red. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, there was a girl like this that hung out with me. You bet your bippy I would have dated her. Someone who actually gave a damn about my well-being and gave a damn enough to make sure I socialized. Holy hell, man. I'd take her to prom. I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Anyway, don't make promises you can't keep. You can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go. Let's go! Ikazo! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. I am above the stairs, so lowly. I do not climb stairs. I simply go out the front door and onto the train to my home, where I have a PlayStation and a GameCube. I then whittle away my hours with my right hand and my left hand, scrolling adult images I am not old enough to partake in. Oh God, this is why I don't stream on Wednesday. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Oh, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Wow, sexism. I'm experiencing sexism at school. Ah, Red, what a surprise. This lady was in my nightmares. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. It smells really bad here. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? You want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? And that's right. It's great to see you again, Red. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. We both reached for the same piece of bread at the cafeteria, at the student store, and she's like, ah. And I was like, ah. And then right when I said you could have it, right before she grabbed it, it erupted into flames. And then we're like, oh, I guess neither of us get it. We laughed for a couple seconds, and we never spoke again. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Red. We made room for you at the table. You can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Ooh, electric kettle. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Ooh! We got an artist in the room. Whiskers are drawn with icing. Little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. I mean, they look great, but how do they taste? Well, you know, she's got a little fang. That means she's mischievous. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. It's delicious. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally bite down. Icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Ah, she's a tsundere. Oh, yes. I hate tsunderes. Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, no. You know, you. Dummy. Baka. All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down on the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Yay, tea! Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Oh, don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I love tea. I personally have a metal kettle that does the whistling thing, the woo when the water is really, really hot. And I have a box full of green tea bags, and I also have a whole bunch of other teas, like chamomile. I have one bag of ginger green tea. It's not bad. I also have a whole box of spearmint tea, which is really great when your head is plugged up and your nose is not so great. Feeling not so good. But most days I just drink green tea because I love the clean, refreshing taste. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of that question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. She's not brave enough for politics. That's pretty cool. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. She is an overachiever. She's perfect in every way, shape, and form. She speaks elegantly. She looks adorable. She looks unapproachable. She is way out of your league. Way, way, way out of your league. You have no hopes of ever obtaining a woman like this. Unless you've got the stuff. And I'm not talking about achievements that match hers, because at the end of the day, she's still a person. She still has wants and desires. And if you can walk up to her and treat her with respect that she deserves, then why not? Why shouldn't she be with you? Riddier, hello. Hello, hello. I was just talking about how unapproachable Monica seems, but that is okay. You just gotta have the right stuff. And you gotta believe in yourself. How are you this fine, fine day? You're late? You're fine. You're here now, and that's what matters. And that's what I always say to everybody that comes in. It's like, oh no. All that matters is that you are here at this very moment in time. That's all that matters to me. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Come and visit me. It's probably not Valentine's Day anymore for you, but I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. And if not, I hope you are having a good Valentine's Day. I don't know what time it is in your neck of the woods, but yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you. Today we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. The reason why I bring that up is because, as you already know, there's some dark, really, really disturbing themes that go on later on in the game. And, you know, it's not really for everybody, but that's okay. Oh yeah, and then there's chocolates. Got your chocolates. Got chocolates. There you go. Oh, also I now have an art tag now. It's right here next to my shoulder. Valentine is no different with any other day, but pretty much fine. Yeah, the only real difference is the overwhelming sense that you should be spending money on somebody you're not even with and probably doesn't exist. At least that's how it's felt for me these past 10 years. Not so much this year or last year, though. Anyway, I've got an art tag now. Deere art. Don't forget the E in between Deere and art, because Deere art is a real thing that utilizes a very, very pretty paintings where deer are the primary subject. Very majestic. It was pretty surprising to me that this tag was available, considering there's only really a one-letter difference. So yeah, all fan art goes to that tag. And I'll check the tag maybe twice a month. I don't have any, I just really have it because I don't get a whole lot of fan art, but I've noticed I get just enough of it that having a tag would be a good idea now. Blows me away, but yeah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. All right, thank you for coming. And if it encourages, I'm gonna get back to the game. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You'll have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival, that much more important. Don't worry, I make a lot of art. Sometimes I need a muse to maintain my productivity. I feel the same way. Like sometimes it's like motivation is such a fickle thing, you know? It just kind of has to be something you do. But then sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. What? There we go. I got books in the background today because we are in a literature club today, which is pretty nice. But yeah, when it comes to art, when it's finished, when it's done, I still really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to make art of me. That goes for you and anybody else who's watching. It's really sweet, very sweet. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Red, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, yeah, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Even though I have an English degree, an English literature degree, a bachelor's degree in English literature, and I've taken classes at the master's level, I have not touched a book since I was laid off from the library job I had at my university. And I have no intentions of actually doing anything to change that. I'm more of I draw and I put bags of rice and diapers and chocolates and pencils away. And then I come home and play video games and stream. That's what I do now. So, okay, there was this one time I put a whole set of encyclopedias away at the back of the store. But they've been there since I was hired. A couple, I think it's been 2 years now. So they've been there since. Nobody has touched them. I'm gonna bring that up to my boss, and maybe we could do something about getting rid of them. Anyway, Uri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Ooh, like Lord of the Rings. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. BRB? Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem, Radier. No problem. Anyway, the level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Hell yeah, fantasy. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Hey, she's talking about the fantasy genre. Like the ability to suspend disbelief and to create a complex and compelling world. I feel like I'm just summarizing what she's saying, but I'm going off of what she said. That is quite an amazing achievement. And it is the hallmark of a truly talented, author. I'm not talking about that cheap dime a dozen isekai crap that's popular these days, that just reuse the same tired old hogwash fantasy world. I'm talking about worlds like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Star Trek, where there is mythos. There are signs that this world, this realm, that is clearly very different from our own, it has existed for a very long time. And then there are hints or strong evidence that suggests that this world was there before our heroes and will continue to exist long after our heroes have expired. Just like Lord of the Rings, sometimes you get D&D campaigns that are like that, a world that feels lived in. And it's just a shame that fantasy books aren't usually the most popular when people buy them. People would rather buy things like Twilight or what else? Because Hunger Games is actually the first book was really good, but everything after that was just trash. I hated those books. I only liked the first one. Same with the movies. I feel like the first movie should have just existed on its own and then never again. The movies just get all over the place. The only thing they ever do is, I don't know, go nowhere fast. Alright, that's enough of my tangent. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Uh-oh, foreshadowing. I read a horror book once. Let's see how that goes. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. What, that I read horror? No, that you read. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me... I thought Monica was talking to me. Reading comprehension is very important. No matter what language you speak, reading comprehension is very important. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. It makes me piss my pants. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Oh, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Suri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Huh? Well, I guess sometimes. I have a whole portfolio of poems that I have written from my early high school years to my late college years. And I submitted them to I took a creative writing class and a poetry class. Or a beginning poetry class. And my professors loved my writing. However, no matter how hard I tried, I could not get anything published. I wrote short stories. I started a book. I could not get them published. And my poem, I got one poem published. Just one. I can't go into too much detail because obviously it's got my real name on it. It doesn't say Red Deer. It's my pen name. Yes, that's it. My pen name. And, well, anyway. The creative realm is very difficult to exist in. Oh, hello, Reddy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, it's very difficult to exist as a writer because you're constantly at the mercy of what is not. It's not necessarily the quality of your writing. It's what is being published and what is being purchased. And then that's all that matters to the publishing house or the publisher. It doesn't matter how good your stuff may or may not be. Case in point, 50 Shades of Grey, Twilight. Both literal pieces of trash. But two of the most best-selling books of our time. I rest my case. Am I bitter? No. It only sounds like I am. I have already accepted this bullshit. Anyway, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Well, why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Well, at least both are made by a real writer. One of the best-selling book in Indonesia was made out of a Twitter thread. Oh, wow. They basically just stole things that other people wrote and say, yep, I'm the one who hit Control Print Screen and copy and paste it onto my Windows Word so I get the money. I get the money. Jesus. Dude, that just pissed me off. Holy hell. The audacity of a publisher just publishing what is basically just a collection of screenshots from Twitter. Oh, the hours I've spent writing, looking at the way the words arrange on the page, not just what they are saying, but how they look, how they physically appear on the page, the printed page, and the screen, making sure everything lined up perfectly. And then, ooh, okay. The important thing is that I tried. And that's what matters, right? I tried to be a writer. I tried it. Right. I tried to be a writer. I tried getting my published. I tried creating things that, what exactly what Yuri is saying. Exactly like that. I tried it. And it's just nothing I threw at the wall stuck. So then it's like, you know what? I'll just move on. I'll do other things. I've tried and failed at a lot of things. Writing, voice acting, and trying to be a freelance artist. Some things, they work out. Sometimes they don't. But the most important thing is that you try with all your might, all your earnestness, and then you be kind. You be as kind as you can. And even if you won't get what you want, it's like I learned from Conan O'Brien's final show at The Tonight Show. It's like, you will not always get what you want. That is a given. But if you show kindness, amazing things will happen. And you just keep doing it. You just keep at it. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Amazing things will always happen. Also, I want to point out how janky Yuri's hand looks. And it's actually very reassuring that a professional artist that probably made a lot of money off of this game cannot draw hands. And that hands are such a pain in the ass to draw. And I'm glad everybody understands that. Anyway, I'm segueing back to the game. I expected emotional damage from this game. I didn't expect it to come from just this harmless little introduction. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Oh, fucker, yes I do. Except my name's not Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. I know some people demand good quality, and it doesn't mean those who can't reach that standard don't work hard. The effort makes the art. That's why ugly painting's expensive. Yes. Although let me share with you a conspiracy theory about art and ugly paintings. You see, there's a lot of money laundering that goes on by purchasing these expensive paintings. It's like, yes, we people who have all of the money, we have decided that this ugly stick with a dick is actually worth 100 trillion rupiah, or $100 billion. Yes, this is my money, take it. And who's the guy who's buying that painting? Why, he's a drug lord, and he needs to launder all his money. Oh, look at all that clean cash now. But that's just a theory. You know, art is subjective. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. That's actually pretty solid. I mean, I saw it on an episode of Adam Ruins Everything. And then he had a very strong, well put together theory. But that's actually what is happening in the art realm. These people with all the money who are laundering all their money, they're the ones that decide what is worth what and what is valuable. And what is not. You know, it's just a theory. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. I think the same thing's happening with novels too, but I can't prove it. I'm just a deer on the internet. What do I know? I'm playing silly anime game. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ray? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh, everyone looks so disappointed. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought... Red, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Man, never underestimate the power of four women looking at you disappointingly. Even if you're in the right, you feel like you've done something wrong. That's just the power women have. That's just the power some people have. Oh, especially if you want to impress them. Or if they look like this. I think it's the passive skill of women making us feel bad. I have to agree. It's like they don't understand that they possess that power. Like, oh, don't you dare disappoint them. You know, unless you have to. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, uh-oh. Right. Okay? I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Takes more than one day to write a good poem, but you know, that's me. Red, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? If there's heart and there's soul, it'll show. Every time. It won't matter how bad or good it is. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Red, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yeah. She's the childhood friend. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. I wonder, does school in the West have clubs or extracurricular classes or is that just a Japanese thing? My school, the high school I went to, yes. We had clubs. Sometimes we met, I was part of the poetry club. I was part of my school's poetry club. So we met, what happened was we met during our lunch period. And sometimes we had a virtual meeting. That it was not always productive. I was the treasurer, for example, but we never needed any kind of money because our advisor, our advisor, she went above and beyond, making sure that we always had a stage to perform our poems on, that we were always reaching our goals. But she was way too enthusiastic. And I always got the feeling that she mostly did everything so that she looked good. It was less of a, in my particular club, but yes, we did. And then for my particular club, it was more along, it's like, oh, look, I need to help these people get their words out there. It was more of a, look at me, look at how good of a person I am, listen to my poems. That was the vibe I always got from her. But she was 30. We were 15, 16. God, that was 10 years ago. Anyway. But yeah, that was so long ago. Oh my God. High school was a long time ago for me. Anyway. Yeah, and then there was also athletic clubs. You too? Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone. We all share our pain here. All of us. Did they have clubs like they definitely had clubs like that in Indonesia, right? Or or where you go, or where your high school was. I'm almost positive like everywhere you have clubs. Extracurricular activities like chess club, art club, and then here we had at least at my school we had a baseball club. But it was just the athletes who were on the baseball team. So it wasn't really much of a club. If they were already on the team, and only team members were part of the clubs, is that really a club? No, I don't think so. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and, of course, Monica. Mostly foreign language, traditional art, sports, but me, I joined Bulletin Board Club, while others making news to post, I made memes. Nice. Very nice. Hey, you know, memes are today's political cartoons. Trying to define what a meme is a practice in futility. It's just not gonna happen. The memes simply are. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, I'd say. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Maybe I'll be able to sniff their underwear. Anyway, alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yes, that is one way to get into a girl's pants. Or panties. Writing a goddamn poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Very well. Let us see. Hey, stop moving toward the page. Let us go with the wholesome word, not aliving oneself, bliss, uncontrollable, anxiety, journey, daydream, pure, insight, awesome, not alive, pout. Let's go with journey. Journey. Friends. Promise. Spinning. Adventure. Imagination. Playground. Depression. Did you see that when I click depression? It's like, hell yeah, depression! Unrequited. Unending. Incongruent. Determination. Fantasy. Disoriented, peace, ambient, ribbon, heart, whirlwind, ocean, starscape, essence, climax. Jump. She just jumps. Like, hell yeah, depression, brother! Ambient. Rose. time. Memories. Cute. Sensation. Anger. Hi again, Red. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it all started with a trip from home. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Red. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserved any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. So harsh. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Red always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Red can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Let's do... I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Wow, what a smooth talker. It's amazing how much interest he has once cute girls are involved. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I'll make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Bah. Bah. A book. Disgusting. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. This reminds me. When I was in high school, can't remember how old I was. I think maybe I was a junior? No, I was a sophomore. So at my high school, there were also like, they had, oh God. There were also like 7th and 8th graders there. Because they were like smarty pants IB kids. And I was a part of that group once until I got to high school. And then, I was still part of the IB group, but I was in that high school. Anyway, so there was a group of 8th graders, 2 girls that, was it 2? I can't remember how many girls there were, but one of them actually did give me a book. Just like this. It was an easy reading book. What was the book called? I did give it back because I was just borrowing it. I read it as quickly as I could. It was called, what the What was the book called? Something Alaska. Finding Alaska. Yes, that's the one. That's cute. Maybe she has some. She was something more than that. Maybe, but at the same. But keep in mind, I was a sophomore in high school. She was an 8th grader. You know, back then, to me, she was like, "This is a kid." It's like, yeah, she was absolutely trying. She was absolutely, probably looking back at it, probably trying to hit something more. And then Yuri, so no, probably. Anyway, Yuri giving the main character a book is a lot like that. It reminds me of that. Somebody did actually give me a book for me to read, and I gave it back, and we talked about it. I haven't talked to her in a while. Although the last time, last time I heard about her, the girl who let me borrow that book, she was not okay. And I hope that has changed. I hope she is fine now. But I haven't heard from her in years, and I have no idea how I would even reach out to her if I wanted to. I just hope that she's okay. Anyway, Yuri giving me that book, that's adorable. I like that. Enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But, you're back taking sister to school? Take your time, man. I'll be right here. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori, drive safe. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man! Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. Probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature's all about. Problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? You just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Siri's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Oh, what kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes. Haha, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. Oh, I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. Duh. What about the poem? I guess we're not reading that today? But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Jump scare, Sayori. Sorry. Save. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. That's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? Bottom. You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you. No one's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a Oh, dude! Rude. Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Whoa! This is so funny. What is it? What is? Wow. I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Huh? Don't say that. Don't make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come out. Why is this one so hard to close? Struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Dude, not so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little early. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Well, I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Welcome back, Eurydice. We just had a very strange but intimate moment with Sayori, our childhood friend. Ah, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yay. Red, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Oh yeah. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Yeah, welcome back, Rydia. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I feel like I haven't really talked to Natsuki. So let's do Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Oh, well, Natsuki. Well, you know, this is, I guess even my sister can make a better poem than hers. This is definitely a poem. Yeah, told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? The writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Even my shopping list has more emotion to it. It's like it has arrows. It's written sloppily. It's like you can tell a lot about a person by how they write, how they make their shopping list. And that is more of a poem than whatever the hell that was. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Oh, there's a lot of meaning in it. I didn't see any of that conveyed. I didn't see any meaning conveyed in those words at all. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Sure, pal. You tell yourself that. I don't mean to laugh at that poem. I really don't, because she tried her hardest. She really did. You could tell, but at the same time, it's like, so it's just like how somebody draws like a circle with a line through it. It's like, as you can see, the plain background represents the void that is my soul. And the circle represents the peace and youth and fragility. On the slash represents society. It's like there's just the same bull crap you can pull out of nowhere to try and justify the... Oh, God. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Oh. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognized in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. Oh, see, take note. She's saying some pretty advanced things right here. So if you ever want to get into poetry, you gotta take note in what she's saying. God damn it! As you can imagine, sorry, changing the subject here. As you can imagine, in the United States, every day is election time. It's like, oh, it's the year of the election. It's time for the election. We start our election process like a year before the actual fucking election. So guess what happens? I get text messages and emails popping up everywhere saying, hey, you should be voting for XY. He's better than Z. It's like, I don't care. Stop sending me these stupid things. You're eating up my data. Sorry, I'm a little bit tense right now. This is making me remember things I wanted to forget, or I thought I forgot. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. It's coincidence that it just did election yesterday? Oh, I guess it's just the even year, or even numbered years everywhere you go is an election year. So that's always the most annoying year. Because in every other country you can think of, election season is like a month at most. But in the United States, it starts the year before the election and it goes on until the day of. So you just hear about it everywhere you go, no matter what. If you don't have ad block, you will see political ads everywhere you go, at least from me. It's like, look, I already voted. Stop bothering me. Stop it. Anyway, so about expressiveness and style. So when you are writing, ideally you want to adopt a style that not only assists in what you are trying to say, but also serves as proof that the genre that you have selected is the best to enhance and to express what you are trying to say. Every author has some agenda. They have something they want to say and convey. It's not always political. Sometimes it really is as simple as something as simple as apricot jelly is the best thing to put on your toast, and it is superior to strawberry jelly and chicken. And then that's what guides the story forward. The idea that apricot jelly is the best thing to put on toast. And then everything about what they are writing has the theme and feel of consuming things, enjoying things, stuff like that. Sounds like Quora emails I receive every 4 a.m. So Quora isn't always bad. Although they're not, I can't remember the last time they were good. It's usually 6 a.m. for me when I get those emails. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Right, because usually bad writing habits, when they're so minimal, you just careful thinking and experience and just being aware of the mistakes you're making, that will easily iron out those wrinkles. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even in a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Yes, it might take you some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, let's see. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. This sounds like something that would be in Alan Wake. It's actually pretty cool. Using the metaphor, using the idea. I think the context here is that streetlights, at some point they used these amber-colored lights. This is really good. So back in the day, streetlights used to use these amber-colored lights that had this very particular warm color to them. And they were in most cities and neighborhoods in the West and in Japan for decades. But they get really, really hot. Sometimes when they were going to die, they would explode and potentially cause injury. And not only that, but they would also use up a lot of power and electricity. So then over time, these amber lights were replaced by these LED lights. But for a long time, they only came in one color, and that was this bluish green color. And so that was a sign that things were finally changing technologically. But then not everybody was okay with that, because after all, it was just a change that came out of nowhere. So then to see these old lights still burning these amber lights, I would suppose that it's nostalgic. Wow. That's the surface level interpretation of this poem. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. Very nostalgic. The person is clearly reminiscing about time past. Speaking of streetlights, I used to think that someone always flips the switch in every evening. Ooh, I know that some lights, depending on where you go, they are activated by the electric company. They have a set time of the day that they are told to flip the switches on and off. But then there are some, like in my neighborhood, they are automatic. So they sense daylight. Sometimes, like during the winter, this time of year, they will switch on at around 4:30 in the afternoon. because that's during a cloudy nights, because the sun will be blocked sufficiently by the clouds. Otherwise, they will turn on at 6 when the sun has finished setting. I flicker back. And I like the play on words here. The light flickers, I flicker back. When the light flickers, that's her coming back from the trance that she was in. And when she flickers back, that's her coming back to reality. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna get out so we can get back to the game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? Well, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? Yo, she wrote better than my professor. Yeah, dude. You could tell a pro wrote that poem. There's just so many layers to dissect from the poem. So many layers, so many hidden meanings. There's the obvious meaning that's straightforward, but then there's also layers underneath. There's a lot of complexity. Yuri's gonna have a nice, hopefully fulfilling life as a writer. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Red. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Oh, right! The last lamp that uses the old bulbs is starting to flicker, which represents the fact that its time is coming to pass, and it too shall be replaced by the newer blue bulbs. I didn't catch that. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Whoa. Oh! Who should I show my poem to next? Sayori. Huh? Oh my goodness. This is so good. Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. I've never heard these words in my life. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. See this line right here? I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. This is the only time this Red and myself overlap. I really don't know what I am doing. I'm just going through life like a bull in a china shop. Just smashing through, brute forcing as much as I can because I don't know what I'm doing. And you know what? I used to be worried about not having a plan in the past. I don't care about it anymore. Life is an experience. And I'm gonna live it. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah, that's another thing too, bias. It's like, oh, it has name I like, No matter what it is, it could be glittery, shiny shit. I'm going to eat it all the same because it has a name I like. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a red poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Yeah, love bias. She's clearly crushing on me. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Red. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, are you? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Oh, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. I'm only here so that I can sniff pantsu. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh, well, we'll see about that. Alright. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I love how simple and down to earth this poem is. It's mundane. It is simply somebody describing getting out of bed. It is. It's not trying to be anything grand. It's not pretending to try to impress you that it is something grand and grandiose, something that is superior to all things that has ever been written before. It simply is. I like. Actually, you know, I've written some poems like that. A lot of my poems are a little bit more like Sayori's than Yuri's. Although I have tried to write something like Yuri's. I find that it's a little more comfortable to... Oh! Oh, okay, sorry. I saw a message and I thought, oh, it's gonna be something good. It's like, nope. And this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. And really, that's all you can ever ask for. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I got all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. Should I show my poem to next? Monica. Just Monica. Hi, Red. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I will be afraid to bring things up. Yeah, same. It's like, oh yeah, don't worry. When things go bad, or if I got a suggestion, I will let you know. And then even if I do have a suggestion, it will die. I will take it to my grave. I will never bring it up. I will not have the strength or the fortitude or whatever word I'm looking for. The fortitude, there we go. To just walk up to the person in charge and say, hey, I have a suggestion that would make things more groovy. It's like, no, that ain't happening. I'm gonna clam up. I might be a big person in real life because I'm like 6 feet tall now. But deep inside, I am a small boy. I'm a small man. I'm just a little guy, okay? I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Red. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayuri would like. Is that so? You and Sayuri are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayuri and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. Humans have all kinds of similarities. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayuri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, it's totally unexpected. It's not that unexpected. There's usually people who are really good at making the people around them feel good. They've got a little bit of sadness inside of them. And you know, not every day is going to be an up day. Sometimes you're going to have a down day, and that's perfectly fine. Happiness and sadness go hand in hand. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. That's what life is, experimentation. And as long as it doesn't kill you or is illegal, you should feel more than free to experiment as much as you like. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. Yeah, sometimes caring others is easier to care about ourselves. Yeah. Caring about others. Yes, I agree with you. Caring about others is so much easier than caring about ourselves. Like, I take really good care of the shared space I have with my brother and myself, the den. I take really good care of it most days. I dust it, I clean out the cooling fans of the PS5, I dust off the Switch, I maintain the screen, the TV, everything. But when you get to my room, I don't put away my clean clothes. I don't make my bed. My desk still has Christmas decorations on it. It's February. My soundproof foam is crooked. Does not line up. I could fix that right now, or even after the stream, but I don't feel like it. There's dust all over my Nendoroids and my acrylic stands because I just can't be bothered to dust them. But it's easier to care about other people than it is to care about myself. I should change that. We should change that, Ridier. We should take better care of ourselves. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah, just like Kratos. Just like Kratos said, be better. Precisely. Don't be me. Be better. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. I know that feeling. It's like, why don't you sound afraid? I am afraid. Well, why don't you sound like it? It's just that I'm very good at hiding it. Monica is probably the most terrified person in this room. She probably has the worst self-doubt out of anybody else. But she's the leader. She understands that everybody looks up to her. So then she puts on the face. Oh. Oh. I spilt my water. God dang it. Ah, it's in my nose. Alright. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Ah, let's read it then. Be careful. Thank you. I will try to be. I'll try to be more careful. I have to manage the tip. I have to manage my tipping technique of my water bottle, making sure it only goes in my mouth. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Jesus Christ! Oh no, a peeping Tom! Someone was looking into her room. Oh no, that's what I get. Jesus. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's a very Monica poem. Oh, she's the one who made the hole. She's the one looking in through it. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Oh, and then you have to think about how many syllables each word conveys, and how difficult it is, or how easy it is to say each and every word selected, because that can help with pacing, and it can also enhance the feeling the person is having, or the author is having, when they are writing, or what they are trying to convey through the words in the poem. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Right. If you're making a rough draft, tell yourself, and this goes with any creative medium. When you're just making a rough draft, just like you tell yourself, this is going to suck, and that's okay. I can fix it later. So then you make it. The idea is making it. Don't get fixated on, oh no, the line's not straight enough, I gotta erase it. And you spend 2 hours drawing a line, and then you get nothing done. Nothing. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand. Go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Outro music. Cool. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's very deep. Very deep. What Monica had said. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. This is too hard to read for my tiny pea-body brain. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute? Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Red did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Red liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Red appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Red started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Red, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Very anime. Very anime. Especially with bringing up the size of breasts out of nowhere. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Whoa, 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 Natsuki. You have any idea how upset you're going to make? What was his name? Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway. Pissed. Now, who was the guy who said, my writing is so sophisticated, you have to read it 5 times to understand it. Get bent, dude. Fuck off. Oh, I can't remember his name, but I hated him. Help me explain that to her, Red. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Red? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's gonna be, help me, Sayori! Okay, so, I have a bias. As I've explained, I have a degree in English literature, and I've tried to be a writer. And I have a very particular opinion about how poetry and writing should be. However, as long as the reader or the person playing the game, the person reading and experiencing the thing that you wrote, as long as they're able to pick up what you're putting down, if they're able to understand what you are saying and at least experience it the way you are painting it, I'd say you're doing a very good job. I don't think Natsuki, they both have good points, arguably. It's just that the execution of Natsuki's part, it needs work. Serious work, but she'll get there through experience. However, she seems to think she already has it. Oh no! I like Yuri better. She has that sad writer girl vibe that I really vibe with. Oh no, Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, you're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem is cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well. If you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. God, she's such a child! On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Oh, everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Unfortunately, these kinds of girls like Natsuki actually exist. I know. One of them is my mother! Thanks, Red. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. Well, one more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said. About, you know. I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah, Yuri! Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Red, how about you? Yeah. I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Yeah, I would have to say that I did actually go to high school with some girls a lot like Natsuki. Can't take responsibility, thinks everything's against them. I think they're just so more sophisticated than they are. You know, just immature is what I would say. At the end of the day, having self-awareness and understanding goes a long way. And especially understanding when you've said something you shouldn't have. And apologizing for it, taking responsibility for mistakes that you make. Saying things that you shouldn't have. That goes a long way. And actually taking steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. To the best of your ability. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learned something from your friends too. Return. Alright, cool. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Red! Ready to walk home? Sure. Let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this too much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yay. Sayori? About what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. It's the opposite. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Red, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day's gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay. I think this is a great place to stop. Thank you for coming. I hope you had a great time. I don't normally stream on Wednesdays. I like it, but I might not do it very often. I only really did it today because it's Valentine's Day. I wanted to do something a little out of the ordinary. Play something silly like this, or dark like this. I might stream tonight. I'm probably gonna play something else though. It's already Wednesday. Oh. Oh, yes. That's right, that's right. So it's actually... Yeah, it's been Wednesday there for a while. Yeah, so at my time, it's like Monday and Tuesday. Well, yeah, you can see that it's still... As you can see from when I saved here, it's 4:06 p.m. Pacific time. So then, yeah, I streamed on a day I don't normally stream. I don't normally stream today. I usually just do the first day, then the second day, and then I don't stream again until Friday night. But today was a special day. So then, on that note, I want to stream tonight. So that will be 4 streams in a week, which I have never done. I've only ever streamed at most. No, I have streamed 4 times a week before. So then if I stream tonight and stream on Friday, that'll be 5 streams, which I've never done before. I've always wanted to do more than 3, but I've never been able to do it. I feel I am able to, this week I am able to do it. So I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a new record for the channel. It only took me a year, but I'm finally gonna be able to do it. Yes. All right. So tonight, I think 11:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna have to do the whole +1, -1 GMT thing on my schedules moving forward. I have a new art tag, Deere Art, going forward. That's the tag I would like everybody to use. I think I've tweeted it. Yes, I tweeted it. Tonight I will be playing something, I don't know, but I will be playing something. And it will be a part of the Valentine's Day special. And yeah, thanks for coming down. I will see you guys. I'll see ya. Thank you for coming today. It's always awesome. And I'll see you guys later. Bye 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 bye. Have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon. Good night. Get some sleep. Bye.